The 414th UAV Brigade, Birds of the Magyar, deployed an FPV drone to target a Russian soldier attempting to cross the border fence in the direction of Porovskaya. Unaware that he was being observed, the soldier struggled to break free from the fence as the Ukrainian drone closed in. Finally, the inevitable strike occurred. After the railway was damaged, a freight train derailed, creating chaos along the line. Ukrainian FPV drones then targeted and destroyed fuel tanks intended to supply Russian forces. Reports indicate that some Russian personnel were injured in the attack. This operation took place near the village of Ostrivka in the Zaporizhia region, highlighting the effectiveness of Ukraine's drone strikes in disrupting Russian logistics. A Russian soldier was spotted while attempting to cross into Ukrainian positions. As he tried to climb over the border fences, the 60th Separate Mechanized Brigade launched an FPV drone strike, targeting him with precision. A Ukrainian FPV drone spotted a Russian soldier alone in the open. Upon noticing the drone, the soldier appeared visibly alarmed and unsure of how to respond. He attempted to escape multiple times, but quickly realized it was futile. Despite his visible distress and gestures toward the drone, his efforts did not prevent the drone from completing its mission. This time, the new target of the Signum Battalion was Russian artillery positions. FPV drones successfully infiltrated the sites, disabling the artillery units one by one. No matter how well they tried to conceal them, Russian positions could not evade the sights of Ukraine's experienced drone pilots. With cost-effective drones, Ukrainian forces neutralized Russian artillery systems worth thousands of dollars. In addition to striking artillery, Signum Battalion drones also targeted ammunition depots and resupply points. Each successful hit not only destroyed equipment but also disrupted Russian firepower on the front line. Ukrainian forces from the 20th Separate Regiment of Unmanned Systems, K2 unit, have been actively targeting Russian units both inside cities and along frontline positions. Their drones operate with precision, identifying Russian patrols, vehicles, and fortified positions, often striking before the troops even realize they are being observed. These operations have disrupted Russian advances, disabled key equipment, and forced enemy units to relocate constantly. In urban areas, the K2 drones navigate tight streets and alleys, neutralizing threats with pinpoint accuracy. On the front lines, they continue to apply pressure on Russian formations, demonstrating the effectiveness of Ukraine's unmanned systems in modern warfare. In this footage, a hangar housing Russian vehicles is targeted. Within moments, the strike lands with precision, and the entire hangar is destroyed, disabling the vehicles inside and showcasing the powerful impact of Ukraine's drone operations. A Russian soldier decided to follow a Ukrainian drone in order to surrender and become a prisoner. However, a Russian Mavic drone targeted him, seemingly attempting to stop their own surrendering comrade. Fortunately, the soldier managed to evade the attack, reach Ukrainian positions alive, and receive medical treatment for his injuries. A Russian assault group was spotted in the Bakhmut region. As the unit attempted to advance, a kamikaze drone strike hit immediately. The first strike threw the team into disarray, disrupting their formation and slowing their advance. One of the soldiers managed to survive the initial strike and began running. By sheer luck, he evaded several subsequent drone attacks, continuing to flee toward the river. Meanwhile, the remaining Russian soldiers, taking cover under a tree, were struck by an FPV drone that delivered the decisive blow. Another Russian soldier, who survived the initial chaos, attempted to take cover under a tree but was immediately targeted by the FPV drone. Two Russian soldiers managed to flee toward the river but became trapped in the swampy waters. Unable to cross, they were struck by another FPV drone, leaving them with no way to escape. Ukrainian aviation carried out a strike on Russian positions in the Mern area of the Zaporizhzhia region. Precision-guided bombs were dropped on the targets, destroying fortifications and equipment with exceptional accuracy. The Ukrainian 11th Infantry Battalion of the 59th Assault Brigade carried out precise drone drops on a moving Russian military vehicle. Following the strike, surviving or injured Russian soldiers exited the vehicle one by one. Russian troops opened mortar fire on one of their own soldiers in the Zaporizhzhia region. The soldier was attempting to surrender to Ukraine's 65th Separate Mechanized Brigade when his own unit attacked him, seemingly trying to prevent the surrender. During the attempt, his unit opened mortar fire even as he walked forward with his hands raised. A Russian soldier, seriously wounded by mortar fire, was unable to complete his surrender and did not survive. You can support us by liking and commenting on the video. A Russian Buk-M1 air defense system was detected in the Churov region. The vehicle was spotted by drones while changing position and was tracked until it stopped in a fixed area. Ukraine's 15th Artillery Reconnaissance Brigade, Black Forest, together with the 413th UAV Battalion Raid, carried out a critical artillery strike that destroyed the system. With a single precise shot, the vehicle was eliminated. This entire operation underscores how Russian forces are struggling against the constant presence of FPV drones conducting reconnaissance along the front line. A fiber-optic drone belonging to the Ukrainian Signum Battalion bypassed Russian anti-drone defenses and flew beneath them, striking a Russian logistics vehicle. A Russian motorcycle assault group was spotted heading in the direction of Torsky Lyman. When they noticed the drone from the VAR unit of Ukraine's 60th Mechanized Brigade, they abandoned their motorcycles and attempted to hide among the trees. The kamikaze drone then directly targeted the Russian soldiers and launched its attack. After the kamikaze strike, an additional bomb was dropped by an FPV drone. The motorcycles and surrounding equipment were completely destroyed. Ukrainian border guards destroyed 2 Russian MTLBs and a light vehicle on the southern front. When the vehicles positioned outside the Russian trench were struck by FPV drones, the soldiers stationed in the trench were left without transport to return to. A Ukrainian soldier launched a 120mm mortar shell toward a basement sheltering Russian soldiers. The strike resulted in no reported survivors. Russian soldiers were observed moving toward the front line in the Avdiivka area. Their apparent lack of coordination and discipline in the combat zone was notable. Throughout the summer, a substantial number of newly deployed Russian reinforcements have arrived at the Ukrainian front. A Russian Ural truck and a D-30 howitzer were neutralized by the Ukrainian 422nd UAS Battalion Luftwaffe in the Kamyansk direction of southern Ukraine.